Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Royal Jam. How are you guys today? Thanks for joining me. I know I was going to do this yesterday, because, and I thought, no, I'll leave it and let the dust settle a little bit because tensions were running high. Everyone has something to say about what happened, and I really just wanted to. I felt compelled to say something because Paula has been a big supporter of mine, and she's brought me onto her platform. She's brought over subscribers from her channel to mine. And I'm kind of upset that it's got to the point that people are bashing Paula the way they are. And I know everybody's got their kind of take on it. And I do understand as well, that a lot of what Paula says, people don't agree with. But I do know that Paula has, she has contacts, people that she knows. She gets information that others don't get. And they're credible sources, and we're aware of them. And I do think she does a lot of research. She's quite in depth with what she does, more so than a lot of other people. So I did feel really kind of disappointed yesterday, because I try to avoid engaging in all this nonsense. I feel like you're going back and forth and saying things about one podcaster and one about the other. We're all in the same boat. We're all doing the same thing. And we all have a different style and a different take on different ways of broadcasting. And I have my own way of doing things. I'm still really quite wary of what I say and what I don't say. But Paula really goes in for the deep dive, and she goes really into, like, she's an investigator in my opinion. So I genuinely believe what she says, and her content that she has is from a source, and we never really know how genuine something is. We get bits and pieces of information, and the bits and pieces of information we get, we piece together and we work out whether it's accurate or not. Now, I know the girls that were speaking about Paula, which was Steph the Alter Nerd and Sue Smith. Unfortunately, it just didn't come across very professional. I think it just came across as quite catty, and irrelevant of who is going through what in their time of life. We all have, our ups and downs. I just think there is a way of dealing with how we feel. And thank you, Ziggy Lee. Chick with a crown, thank you. The dust will not be settling anytime soon. No, well, I mean, yesterday was very highly strung. It might not be as settled as I would have liked to have been, but I felt very compelled to come on and speak because Paula is a good friend of mine, and I think I'm quite good at judging characters. And I know some people will say, oh, it feels like extreme broadcasting sometimes. But she does have sources. She does have connections, more than any of us, I think. Should we call her like the mummager? And as far as I'm concerned, she is not a liar, and she is a good, loyal friend. And she's put a lot of YouTubers up on the platform, and she's done a lot for everyone in the community, and we all appreciate her. And I take someone as I see them. So, as far as I'm concerned, Paula is as good as gold and a lovely human being. And I don't think she deserves this continuous backlash that she's getting from all corners. And I do feel like, once someone has an idea in their head, people can run away with it and jump on the bandwagon. And I'm not saying everybody is doing that, but there is a group of people that kind of are trolling even my channel and saying, why are you having Paula on? why, why are you and really just digging her out. And I think Paula is, if you don't like watching her, and if you feel that she's not genuine and you don't like what she says and how she puts things across, I think we can mistake rudeness for passion, or passion for rudeness, whatever way you want to look at it. She's a very passionate person. I don't find her rude in any way. Others may find it maybe too of an aggressive way of speaking in some context, but I think she talks from the heart, she talks from the soul, she means what she says, and she follows it through, and she stands on her business, and that's how I will always see Paula, as just genuinely straight up and down. And if you don't like her, I mean, I know you guys, most of you watch her or from my channel, but if somebody doesn't like watching her, then don't have to. And I think to berate her and belittle her in the fashion that happened the other night, yesterday, I didn't even watch the whole thing. I've just been informed of what was said. And I do feel really, really bad for her. I feel like that I don't like the bullying tactics. I don't like um it's for clicks, or it's almost like, well, we can target her now because she's already getting a few jabs here and there, and you're bringing somebody down that doesn't need to be brought down. And regardless of what she's going through at the moment, anytime, it wouldn't be right for her to be put in that position. And I think most of you in the chat agree with me. I'm just reading it now. Sorry, I was on a little bit of a rant there. But yeah, and I did watch the apology. I think it's, some people do not know how to, I think they're very easily swayed or sucked into like a drama. And I think maybe Stephanie Altono got sucked into this drama, because I actually thought she was, I don't actually know her. I know that some of the podcasters are friends with her, but I don't know if it was a sincere apology or not. I'll be honest with you. Maybe because she just doesn't want the backlash, and she doesn't want people to be mean to her. But I just think, if you have an issue with somebody, maybe do it privately, because the back and forth on YouTube isn't going to be very helpful for anyone, and it doesn't look great. So yeah, I just wanted to come on and say that, really, and say Paula is, as far as I'm concerned, she is one of the nicest people I know, one of the loyalist people I know, and she's done right by everybody in the community. She really hasn't faltered. And the day that anything like that changed, then I'd quickly let you know. But I know she's a good person. We all know she's a good person that we talk to through the royal mess, and Meghan's mole, Pov. They all love Paula. Everybody loves Paula, and we don't. We know she has sources. This is the thing, and obviously somebody that's commentating and getting all this information, they can't just reveal their sources, because they won't get that information anymore. And even with regards to Meghan's having a child, and this was I think this is what it stemmed from. I feel like there was already information out there about that already. The caddy woman, she said, oh, she's already got a daughter. She kind of made a slip of the tongue, or made a comment about having a child. And I think Meghan's mole played it on her live yesterday. And I just thought, well, yeah, that was already out there. And if someone says, oh, that person's got a child, you're going to look into that, right? And there's been a lot of misinformation floating about from all different podcasters throughout the years. Not that I'm new to this, but you get given information, and sometimes it can be wrong, or sometimes it's spot on. And it really just depends on the source and the timing and how far you look into something. But I just really want to stand in allegiance and just put my hands up and say, I'm all with Paula. I don't want to her to ever think that we're just sitting on the sidelines, not saying anything, and letting other people disrespect her, because that's not what we do. And I really just wanted to let you guys know how I feel. And if you can, when Paula's on, just be a little bit more respectful to her. I know most of you are, but I do get some comments, and if you don't like her, don't watch her. It's really that simple, because I think the bashing, it can take its toll on people's mental health, and we all are really good at hiding our feelings sometimes, and as women as well, I think we take a lot on, and it can get to the best of us. And actually, Paula's on later on this evening, so I'm actually going to do another live at 9, and we're just going to go into Catherine's diagnosis. We're going to do the Harry's Polo Netflix series that was shortly released after, so that's going to be quite interesting. But guys, I mean, what do you think in the comments? I mean, how do you feel about all this? Because I mean, I've had, I'm seeing it from behind the scenes, and I just I do feel really bad for Paula at the moment. I think she's really going through it. And we, as a community, we're all on the same kind of team. We're all on the same, doing the same thing. So we should all be supporting each other as much as we can. And, we all have very different opinions. I don't always agree with what Paula says, but we're still friends. You can still have mates and not agree with everything. And that is just life, isn't it? And I think constructive criticism is always better than anything else. So yeah, I am saddened about it, but hopefully things will pick up, and I know that they apologize, which is a step in the right direction, and hopefully we won't hear any more about this now. Hopefully it will calm down, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, thank you for joining me. I just thought I'd come on quickly and just say what I wanted to say before Paula comes on at 9. So we're back on at 9 o'clock, but I just wanted to say it just before she comes on, so it's all nice and calm and there's no craziness, that we just have a nice live. But thank you guys in the chat. I really appreciate you guys joining me. Yeah, loyalty and respect are great qualities to have and display once you show like characters. I'm out. Yes, exactly. And you know what, you have to really look at the fabric of a person. You don't always have to. Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much, Ziggy Lee. $10, thank you. If Megan could deal with her character bashing for the last 5 years on a constant basis, I would like to believe that Paula is just as stronger than M. Yeah, I think I think it's different. We are just YouTubers. I mean, I'm not as nothing on the scale of the other guys, right? But I'm trying to get there, and I think we are trying to debunk and unpick the people that are basically giving us a false narrative, because they have a position to uphold. They are on the world stage. So you've got someone like Meghan Markle, who is being looked at by millions of people and has to adhere to certain conduct and has to behave in a certain manner. Same with everyone, Harry, all the pop stars, celebrities. If they're doing seedy, shady things, we're here to call them out. We're not public figures like that. So, I mean, how we behave is probably not as important as how these celebrities behave, because they have an audience. They might have young, impressionable people. And, if Meghan is trying to deceive, then that's what we're here for. We're trying to work out the truth. And as far as I'm concerned, Paula is great at finding the truth. She really is. She's really good at getting the good, juicy information. And I think sometimes because it could be somewhat different to everyone else, because I do think a lot of the podcasters, we follow the media. I follow what the media says, and then I give my take on what the media say. I'm not doing my own research deeply. I get a few bits here and there and a few connections, but I'm still very wary of how far I go. Paula will go off onto the most extreme, and sometimes the stories may be considered out there or not particularly truthful, but then you don't really know that because you don't know who she's speaking to. So I'm just going to put it out there that she has a wide, vast connections, people she knows. She's been in the game a lot longer than a lot of others. And I genuinely believe, I believe that there's everything she says is truthful. Don't necessarily agree with some of the stuff, but that's her opinion. Her opinion is her opinion. My opinion is my opinion. And I just really appreciate you guys just joining me and just sort of, being supportive as well, because I think we're getting to a point where it's getting a bit overwhelming. People have had enough of the backlash and the dogpiling, as they're calling it, onto Paula, and it's going to take its toll, and I don't want that. I don't think anyone wants that. At the end of the day, we are all in this together, aren't we? But yeah, I hope that we don't get any more podcasters coming out with any kind of nastiness. I think we've got to keep it nice, keep it pleasant. But yes, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for joining me. I know it's short and sweet, but I will see you back at 9 o'clock. I just wanted to just say my piece on Paula and just show her as much love as you can, because she needs it right now. If you don't mind, guys, that'd be great. And hopefully I'll see you guys at 9. All right. Lots of love, guys. See you in a bit. Bye, 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 bye.